All right, Shalom. Shalom. I want to start again. All praises, honor, and glory to Yahawah, by Hashem, Yahweh Shai, by Hashem, Wahawah Kakwadash. I want to say double honors to the apostles and the elders at Great Millstone for teaching this word in truth and sincerity and for ruling well. And salutations to my fellow Akim across the four corners of the globe, preaching and prophesying in the name of Yahawah by Hashem Shai. And this is the brother Kabar Yahawah from GMS Hawaii, coming to you with another live lesson. Today's live lesson is entitled Prophecy is Happening, Uproars of the People. And you're seeing that as all week, all last week, you know, like the brother Salvation of the Elect said, exciting times, man. It is exciting time because this is the time in which the Lord is about to visit the place in which he made, man. You know what I'm saying? He's about to visit this earth, man. And you've seen a lot of things going on. And now, obviously, uproars and wars have happened across millennia, time, but ever so more in these times that we're living in. Everything that the scriptures say, all the words of Yahawah Shema Shai are actually coming to light. They're coming to truth. It is a truth. The fact that we're out there prophesying and preaching is a truth of Yahawah Shema Shai. It shows you that the word of the Lord is true. But now, however, how much more is it a faith booster? You seeing all this division in the world, you know, all of this upwards of the people in the world, you know, from Colombia to Israel, the state of Israel, to America, to Venezuela, and other countries in Europe. All kinds of things are happening, man. And then you got these Amalekites that's living in the state of living in the land. These heathen that are living in the land currently as we speak. They're really happy. They really think that the Lord is with them. You know, they got their army, they got their Iron Dome, they got their more advanced technology than the ones they're going to war with. This is also evidence to prove, to show you that these aren't the Lord's people, man. Because when we get back into that land, it ain't gonna be none of this. Real quick, this is Isaiah chapter 2, verse 4. Isaiah 2 and 4. And he shall judge. Matter of fact, I'll start right here. The Most High, it says God, the Most High is universal reign, which he's gonna reign through his son Yahweh Shai. Yahweh Shai is gonna reign on the earth, man. And it's gonna be universal. You know, it says the word Salakia, the word that Isaiah, the son of Amos, saw concerning Judah and Jerusalem. Okay, it says, it shall come to pass in the last days that the mountain of the Lord's house shall be established in the top of the mountains and shall be exalted above all the hills, and all nations shall flow into it. And that's another reason why, you know, that's a strike against them, because all nations are not trying to flow into that land. When we get into our land, when we get back into that land, all these nations are going to want to be a part. They're going to want to be a part of the reign of Yahawah Bashim Yahweh Shai, King David, and the rest of the elect. They're going to want to learn the ways of Yahawah Bashim Yahweh Shai. People are not going to the state of Israel trying to learn this way. They got a huge divisions in Israel too. You got a lot of Hasidic versus Zionists and all this other stuff. But all these people here, they're all about this nation. And then another thing that you got with this place, they're worshiping idols there. You know, their chief idol, one of the chief idols there is Allah. You know, in that mosque. And then you also got these heathens worshiping whatever they worship, pretty much Satan. You know, because they don't worship Yahawah Bashim Yahweh Shai. All right. Salakia. This is back in Isaiah chapter 2, verse 1. The word that Isaiah, the son of Amos, saw concerning Judah and Jerusalem. And it shall come to pass in the last days that the mountain of the Lord's house, which is the government, the ruling government, shall be established on the top of the mountains, these different nations and their government, over their nations and over their governments. And they shall be exalted above the hills, above these different hills, and all which are these nations, and all nations shall flow unto it. Verse 3. And many people shall go and say, come ye, yea, and let us go up to the mountain of the Lord, to the house of the Most High, the power of Jacob, and he will teach us his ways, and we will walk in his paths. For out of Zion shall go forth the law and the word of the Lord, Yahawah from Jerusalem. And that's not happening right now. What's going on right now over there in Jerusalem? They're fighting over it. They're fighting over East Jerusalem, man. These Amalekites are trying to expand their houses, okay, by kicking out these Palestinians, which they could be Israelites too, scattered amongst their own people. But see, like what they're doing, both of them, what they're doing, they're both going off because Yahawah is not their power. They're calling on idols and other gods to save them, and that's not helping. It's not happening. Okay, it's not happening. They're not being delivered because these idols their idols don't exist, man. Okay, and on top of that, that's not the way of the Lord. When you go into the scriptures, it tells you expressively the way of the Most High Yahawah through his law, statutes, and commandments. This is our wisdom amongst the heathen, amongst the nations. When they see us, they're gonna be like, this is a wise and understanding people. When you look at these people who currently occupy Israel today, they're not wise and understanding people, whether they're the so-called 1948ers or whether they're the Palestinians. None of them are moving in wisdom, man. Okay, let me keep on. So nobody's asking to follow their ways. Nobody's trying to learn their ways. That's not happening. So strike 2, Isaiah chapter 2, verse and 3. And many people shall go and say, come ye and let us go up to the mountain of the Lord, to the house of the Most High, to the power of Jacob, and he will teach us his ways, and we will walk in his paths. For out of Zion shall go forth the law and the word of Yahawah from Jerusalem. So in the kingdom of heaven, Jerusalem is going to be the head. It's going to be the head place. Okay, the real capital, and the word is going to go out from there, all directions. Okay, y'all going to follow our laws. That's not happening over there. The Arabs follow their laws. These 1948ers follow their laws, which when you go into the 1948ers laws, they don't even go from the scriptures. They go from the Knesset and other different laws that were given amongst the world, and they put it all together, and that's how they judge people. So nobody's going there for that. Strike 2. Let's keep on reading. Verse 4. It says, and he shall judge among the nations. The he that's going to judge amongst the nations is Yahawah. Okay. And shall rebuke many people, and they shall beat their swords into plowshares and their spears into pruning hooks. Because when you go to Joel chapter 3, the people are beating their pruning hooks and plowshares into swords and spears. Well, when Yahawah come, all of that's going to be put down, man. They're not going to be killing each other with the guns or knives or whatever, missiles, drones, iron domes, RPGs. None of that's going to be happening when Yahawah come and reigns on this planet, chiefly from Jerusalem. None of that's going to happen. All of their resources that they put to a war machine, they're going to put to an agricultural machine, because they're going to be doing all the agricultural work, man. So strike 3. Nation shall not lift up sword against nation, neither shall they learn war anymore. And what's happening over there in Jerusalem right now?
Journalists and medics. So you can see there are emergency service workers here, there's an ambulance there are journalists. Here we go, here we go. Oh, he just told them not to throw. And you can see it. They saw the camera and didn't throw. So there you can see.
Yeah, so you can tell that these ain't the Lord's people. They got guns, they throwing grenades at people. We're not gonna have to do that when we're in that land and establishing that land. But this is part of prophecy. All these uproars of the people. People are, hey, the scripture says, when the righteous bear fruit, the people rejoice, but when the wicked bear fruit, the people mourn, man. And the whole world is mourning right now. Okay, the whole world is mourning. Look. This little dude's mourning right now, man, for his dead father. And Allah ain't helping him. Because right now, what's happening right now? These heathens are doing their own thing, man. And look at how Amalek celebrates, man. And it shows you if the so-called white man ain't the devil, who is, man? Because them Palestinians ain't putting half the hell that these Israelis are putting on them. They're not. But they act like they're such a victim to the world and to every nation. You know, they really claiming that they're the Lord's people. They living in that land. They calling themselves, you know, by certain names. And people actually supporting this. That's why you're not even seeing this on the American news. See, when a nigga gets shot by the cops and niggas start marching, they'll put that on the news. But when you see these 1948ers destroying other people, it ain't making the news, man. It's barely making anything. And then you got these imposters hopping up and down. Look at this shit with kufis on. Oh, slacking. You got these imposters hopping around with yarmulkes on their head, kufis on their head. This don't go back to the children of Israel. This go back to Saturn worship, man. And they made this shit a tradition. They out here dancing at the Wailing Wall. You know what I'm saying? Something that they worship this wall. This wall is worshipped by these demons, man. They put prayers on the wall. You know what I'm saying? These people are sick, man. And then Elder Bishop Ayathun said, man, you just recently had like over like 60 so-called African Israelites have to be put out of that land, man. Hey, that's a good thing, man. The Lord probably delivering them out of that shit, because look what happened a week later. Look what happened just a week later. The whole country got turned upside down, man. And all this led from a Edomite trying to take one of them Ishmaelites' houses, man. And the people started protesting, man. And look what happened, man. Now these demons are hopping up and down. And he's the devil, bruh. And don't this remind you of something? This is what they did when they took us down. This is Psalms chapter 137 and 7, man. Because Yahawah Shema Shai is going to remember you Edomites, man. And it ain't going to be for your good. Remember, O Lord, Yahawah. Remember, O Lord, Yahawah Bashim Shai, the children of Edom in the day of Jerusalem, who said, race it, even to the foundation thereof. And that's what they're doing to these people over here, too. They watching it burn and they jumping up and down. Can you imagine how much more they did it when we was falling? When we was in the fallen state? This land don't belong to them. This is not their substance. They took it. Real quick, this is Obadiah 1 and Obadiah 1 1 and 10. For thy violence against thy brother Jacob, shame shall cover thee. Right. And these Edomites, they committed nothing but violence against us, man. These are Edomites jumping up and down. Yeah, you might got some Jakes scattered amongst them, but right now, hey, these people are slotted for destruction, man. You see? All right. It says, for thy violence against thy brother Jacob, shame shall cover thee. So all the violence this devil put against us, shame is going to cover him for that, man. And thou shalt be cut off forever. So you Edomites are going to be cut off forever. And just in case you don't know what this chapter is speaking about, it tells you right here, Edom will be humbled, man, because right now they're in their pride, man. Right now they're in their pride, man, and they're puffing up at their enemies. Okay, they're puffing up. So it says, for thy violence against thy brother Jacob, shame shall cover thee, and thou shalt be cut off forever. So you Edomites are going to be cut off forever, man. And the day that thou stoodest on the other side, and the day that the strangers carried away captives, his forces, and foreigners enter into his gates, and cast lots upon Jerusalem, even thou was as one of them. But thou shouldest not have looked on the day of thy brother, and the day that he became a stranger. Neither shouldest thou have rejoiced over the children of Judah in the day of their destruction. Neither shouldest thou have spoken proudly in the day of distress. Thou shouldest not enter into the gate of my people, which the gate of the Lord's people is Israel, man. That's our gate. They should have never went up in there because it wasn't for them. They had their inheritance, which was Mount Seir, man. But that wasn't enough for you devils. Okay, that ancient and perpetual hatred that you had for Jacob, it trickled down to your children and against Jacob's children, which is us. Thou shouldest not have entered into the gate of my people. And in the day of their calamity, yeah, thou shouldest not have looked on their affliction in the day that their calamity, nor had laid hands on their substance in the day of their calamity. See? And that's what they did during the time of Nebuchadnezzar, okay, of the Neo-Assyrian Babylonian Empire. When he came in and took the southern kingdom, hey, these Edomites was jumping up and down, just like they're doing right here. Yeah, singing songs, watching the flames go up, man. All right, man. When Yahawah come back and he burns America up, hey, we're gonna be celebrating like that. We're gonna way better than this. When Yahawah comes back and takes you devils out of power and destroys your armies and saves us elect, Lord willing, we be a part of that elect. We're going to be jumping up and down, praising Yahawah Ba'ashem Yahawah, our God, the only living power. Yahawah Ba'ashem Yahawah, man. And he's going to put down all of these heathen and all of their idols in his land, man, including these 1948ers, man. These people are going berserk, man. You see? If these are the Lord's people, why you gotta have a clandestine army? Why you gotta have secret service and all a secret agency? Why do you gotta go around the world and hey, Barakatah Yahawah 144? Why do you gotta go into these different lands, take it over and clandestinely, okay? And you're beating innocent people, so-called innocent people, man. You see? But truth be said, neither one of these people belong in the land. But they took it over, right? Ezekiel 36:5. Therefore, thus saith the Lord Yahawah, Ba'ashem Yahawah, surely in the fire of my jealousy have I spoken against the residue of the heathen, okay, and against all Idumea. These Edomites, these are Edomites, Ishmaelites, Hamites, all of them people in the land, they don't belong in the land. The Lord wasn't dealing with none of y'all nations. He didn't set y'all up as the choice people of the earth. It says, I'm sorry. Therefore, thus saith the Lord God, Yahawah, Ba'ashem Yahawah, surely in the fire of my jealousy have I spoken against the residue of the heathen and against Idumea, which have appointed my land into their possession with the joy of all their heart, with despiteful minds to cast it out for prey. And that's what they did. They got the land and they actually jumping up and down with the joy of all their hearts. You see? And this go back further too, because with the Balfour Declaration, that's how they established this state. Okay? That's how they established it and created a military, basically a military base within the Middle East so they can do their evil, man. You see? And again, you're not going to see this on major television. And if you do, it's going to be a fluff piece talking about how these broke ass Palestinians is throwing grenades over there. But meanwhile, they're dropping bombs on this place indiscriminately, man. And another thing, let me go back to Isaiah real quick. Isaiah chapter 2. All right, you go back to Isaiah chapter 2. It says this, chapter 2, verse 4. It says, and he shall judge among the nations and shall rebuke many people, and they shall beat their swords into plowshares and their spears into pruning hooks. Nation shall not lift up sword against nation, neither shall they learn war anymore. So when Yahawah come back, they're not going. You ain't going to learn war anymore, man. There's going to be a need for an iron dome. This is what this is, an iron dome. You see all these so-called missiles going up in the air and exploding. Guess what? We ain't going to need an iron dome when the kingdom of heaven is established, man. We ain't going to be needing nothing that's created by you devils, man. Okay? Look at this shit, man. But these are the Lord's people. These are the people the Lord blessed. But then you got, it says, this is what it looks like when a big brother has to protect his little sister's life, man. And his dude is falling on the ground, man, trying to protect his people. Can I go home? Everything's okay. You're with me, blah, 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 blah. You know, he says, God help us, but you're not going to get no help, man. Everything's okay. One more minute. And they trying to, and because they're dropping bombs indiscriminately. Look at this shit. He making fire coming down from heaven, man. This nigga is the devil, bro. And then you got these Arabs calling on Allah, but Allah never show up. Y'all been getting blasted and burnt out forever. And your God he never shows up, man, because you're not worshiping the true power, man. You're not worshiping the Lord. Somebody said last video shows a palace saying nothing is left. Oh, Allah, Palestinians, original owners of the whole country, which they're not. They're usurpers. And me and a brother Kahan in our camp, we went into this how these Arabs got into the land, and they got into the land like in 680 something, 686 AD. They got into the land through the whole Arab conquest, man. And that lasted all the way through the Ottoman Empire and then until Britain took over the Ottoman Empire, man. And then they gave that land to the so-called Zionists, man. All right. They gave it to the so-called Zionists. So these people, they don't even belong in the land. But when we get in that land, nobody's going to learn war anymore. You're going to have no shit like this going down, man. You're not going to need no iron dome. But this is the way it is when you got these people here. And it's good that this is happening because, again, this is showing us that the Lord is coming. He's coming, man. And he's not going to let up, man. These prophecies are not going to let up. The world is unstable as hell right now, man. Morally, spiritually, physically, and every aspect, this place is destroyed, man. This is 2 Esdras 9:1. He answered me then and said, measure thou the time diligently in itself. And when thou seest part of the signs past, which I have told thee before, then shalt thou understand that is the very same time wherein the highest will begin to visit the world which he made. And that's Yahawah. So because Yahawah did make this world, man, through the orders of his father Yahawah, with the heavenly angels, man. And he's about to visit this place, man. And he said he's not going to meet you as a man. He's going to meet you in his angelic God force body, man. And you can't kill him. You can't destroy him. You can't do nothing against him, man. You're not going to be able to crucify him. You're not going to be able to mock him and ridicule him. You're not going to be able to do nothing against the Lord, man. And it's going to be swift, man. It's going to be swift. Then shalt thou understand it is the very same time when the highest will begin to visit the world which he made. Therefore, when thou shalt see, when there shall be seen earthquakes and uproars of the people in the world, then shalt thou well understand that the Most High spake of those things from the days that were before thee, even from the beginning. And that's what's happening. This is what's happening. These are uproars of the people. Look at this shit. Right? These people are upset. They're angry. You know, And these Amalekites ain't making it no better for them. But you know, it is what it is, because this the Lord. We know that the Lord is about to visit this place, man. And you're seeing uproars of the people. You go to Colombia, okay? They're not really talking about that on the news either. They're not really talking about how Jake being shot to shit down there, and all hell is breaking loose upon Jake. This is 6 days ago. This is in Colombia. Look at this, man. Look at this, man. The whole country is unstable, man. And it's happening more and more. Yeah, it's happening more and more. All this instability in the world, man, because this place is wicked, and the people that are ruling the world are wicked. I think, and all this is about some tax measures. How they gonna tax the poor? Tax the hell out the poor. These people barely got anything. I think they get paid like once a month. You know what I'm saying? These people ain't making no money. They can't survive. And this devil is just cranking down on them, man, because he don't care. He just keep on oppressing you, man. See, when the kingdom of heaven is established on the earth, none of this is going to be happening, man. None of this. I'll get the scripture. I had said it earlier. Proverbs, what is 29 and 2? Yep. When the righteous are in authority, the people rejoice. But when the wicked bear rule, the people mourn. Okay. And that's what's happening, man. That's exactly what's happening, man. All of this is because the wicked is ruling. All of this is because the wickedness have exceedingly polluted the whole earth, man. So then you got, like I said, you got this going on in Colombia. They marching everywhere. Colombia, Israel, thousands marching Colombia over tax proposals. You know what I'm saying? And it's all over a proposal, man. Then this week, what you got going on? You got the thing that's happening in Israel, man. And these are signs, man. You've been having earthquakes happening across the globe. They happen every day, but even more so in this time. All right, because the Lord is coming, man. Therefore, when thou shalt there be seen earthquakes and uproars of the people in the world, then shalt thou well understand that the Most High spake of those things from the days that were before thee, even from the beginning, because they were spoken of in the beginning. For like as all that is made in the world have a beginning and an end, and the end is manifest, and we're in it. We're in the end. People ask questions, what we're going to see, when is it going to happen, and what time? Even verse 6, even so, the times also of the highest have plain beginnings and wonders and powerful works and endings and effects and signs. And everyone that shall be saved and shall be able to escape by his works and by faith, because you need both of these. You need faith and works, man. Okay. To be able to escape was coming, whereby and ye have believed, and the elect have believed, and the elect are working. These people over here, ain't none of these people telling the world that, you know, who the 12 tribes are. They're not talking about the second coming of the Lord. They're not talking about the destruction of Babylon the Great. These people getting excited about a mosque being burned in Jerusalem, man. Which that shit don't even belong there. It shouldn't even be there. You see? Joel, because these people part of the Lord's land, they're gonna pay for that. Here it is, this is Joel chapter 3. It says the nations will be judged for all you so-called Christians that believe that the Lord just set the true Israelites to the side. You know, here it is, these Amalekites doing everything that against the Lord, and none of you buck up against them. You say, oh, the Lord just put them to the side. He gave the world Christianity, so now we all can be a part of this, and we all can be saved. No, you can't, man. And all you nations, y'all been trying to get down. In the ancient world, y'all was trying to get down when Zerubbabel and Joshua were building the second temple, man. After it was destroyed, y'all were trying to get down. And when the spirit jumped on Zerubbabel to tell you, no, you ain't got nothing to do with us. Y'all copped the attitude, got mad, tried to get Cyrus and all the rest of them. I think it was Darius to destroy us, man. Or one of them, Artaxerxes, one of them, you try to get them to destroy us, man. All because you ain't got no blessings with us, man. You see? Y'all, because y'all ain't got nothing to do with this. But yet, this is what you do. You part the Lord's land like it's nothing. I said, this is Joel chapter 3, verse 2. Matter of fact, I saw that one. For behold, in those days and in that time, when I shall bring again the captivity of Judah and Jerusalem, I will also gather all nations and will bring them down into the valley of, it says Jehoshaphat, was really Yahawah, which is Yahweh's judgment, and will plead with them there for my people and for my heritage Israel, whom they have scattered among the nations and parted my land. Okay. Learned this from Bishop Karab, Elder Bishop Karab. Israel's broken up into 4 parts. It got 4 quarters, right? So this is the image of the state of Israel as it stands, and it's broken up into 4 quarters, man. You got the Muslim quarter, you got the Christian quarter, you got the Dome of the Rock, the Wailing Wall, and this is where all them Amalekites, this is where all these Amalekites were standing at when this place was burning, when that place was burning, and they were jumping up and down, Salakia. They were jumping up and down, you know, trying to praising whomever they was praising. They was excited, man. So you got the Muslim quarter, you got the Christian quarter, you got the Armenian quarter, which they're Armenian Christians, and then you got the Jewish quarter, man. And none of these people are supposed to be there. This land ain't going. When Yahawah Shai comes back and establish our land again, man, ain't none of this shit gonna be in there, man. It ain't gonna be no Dome of the Rock, the Isle of Scott Mosque. It ain't gonna be no Wailing Wall, and it ain't gonna be no 4 quarters. And this is the old city, because they don't talk about Ashdod, or I think something happened in Tel Aviv over the week too, but they don't really go into it like that, because this is like this is where they put the show on at an old what they call the old city, right? They put the show on. They put the show on. Yeah, they put the show on over here. You know, they put the big show on over here, but when you go to the rest of Israel, it's so-called modernized, and all manners of wickedness and evil is happening over there, man. A lot of people, they see videos of the state of Israel, and all they see is the old city, but they don't see the new city what's going on like this. This is what they got going on over there in Tel Aviv. Tel Aviv, I don't know how to spell that thing. Tel Aviv, Tel Aviv, skyline. This is what Tel Aviv look like. It looked like any old. It looked like any old. It looked like any old city that you go to. Look, this is Tel Aviv, man. This is the so-called modern portion of Tel Aviv, man. Look at this, man. That shit, it look like New York City out there. You know what I'm saying? It look like New York City, London. They don't really talk about this. They don't really bring this up, man. But this is what they going over there, man. And they'll have you thinking that all these people just packed up into this area and they're just being, you know, bombarded by these so-called Muslims or Arabs. And in reality, man, they're just what they're doing over there is just putting up a facade, man. They don't belong there. It ain't theirs. And neither one of them, because they parted the Lord's land. So that's another reason why the Lord is going to destroy them. This is parts. This cut into 4 parts right here. And other parts of it is cut too. You see? Then you got the Gaza Strip. You got that popping off. They were blowing that shit to smithereens in the 90s and the 80s. You see? This is Luke chapter 21, verse 25. The return of Yahawah Shai. It says, and there shall be signs in the sun and in the moon and in the stars, and upon the earth distress of nations with perplexity. The sea, the waves roaring. And this is happening, and it's going to ramp up even more. Men's heart filling them for fear, for looking after those things which are coming on the earth, for the powers of heaven shall be shaken. And then shall they see the Son of Man coming in a cloud with power and great glory. And with these things begin, when these things begin to come to pass, then look up and lift up your heads, for your redemption draweth nigh. Because we're going to see all this earthquakes, nuclear missiles being shot up into the air and shot down on America. Okay, war, the Third World War happening. All right, the Third World War happening. So, but we're gonna look up and we're gonna look for them chariots, man, because that's gonna be our redemption. See, these people right here, they don't need to be redeemed. They're not even thinking about being redeemed because they're not the Lord's people. This is Jeremiah chapter 16, verse 19. O Lord, my strength and my fortress and my refuge. It says, in the day of affliction, the Gentiles shall come unto thee from the ends of the earth and shall say, surely our fathers have inherited lies, vanity, things wherein there is no profit. And that's what these people's fathers did. These people's fathers and their mothers, they inherited lies, man. And then they spewed it to their children from generation to generation. And they have you looking at a devil like this, and you think he's the Lord's people, man. And these people aren't suffering. Hey, the Lord said he's going to send to a poor and afflicted people. Let me see if I can find that one. I was thinking about that earlier. This is Zephaniah 3:12. All right, Zephaniah 3:12. I will also leave in the midst of thee and afflict. Matter of fact, I'll start at 11. In that day shalt thou not be ashamed for all thy doings, wherein thou hast transgressed against me. For then will I take away out of the midst of them, out of the midst of thee, them that rejoice in thy pride, and thou shalt no more be haughty because of my holy mountains. Yeah, that's right. And he says, I will also leave in the midst of thee an afflicted and poor people, and they shall trust in the name of the Lord, Yahawah Bashem Yahawah Shai. The remnant of Israel shall not do iniquity, nor speak lies, neither shall a deceitful tongue be found in their mouth. For they shall feed and they shall feed and lie down, and none shall make them afraid. So that's what's going to happen when the Lord comes back, man. And those poor and afflicted people are the children of Israel, man. Again, these people are not poor and afflicted. They can play the victim all day. They can cry and talk all this crap, but they're the evildoers, man. And it's evident, but I don't see Vocab Malone coming up against them. He ain't saying nothing about what's going on in Israel right now, man. You talking about the Israelites calling us black, BHI and all this other stuff, but why you not coming up against these people, man? We don't hold policy to nothing. We don't make decisions in this world. Nobody's coming to the Negro, Latino, or Native American saying, hey, what should we do? How can we do this? Let us make decisions. They're not doing it. They're going to these people, man. And these are just the low level. These are the low level Amalekites. These are the ones that still stuck in what they call non-secular. What is it? Non-secular Judaism, man. Because you got a whole bunch of Amalekites running around here. They don't even believe in what they claim to believe in, man. They don't believe in none of their past, man, except when it's beneficial to them, man. Then they'll throw the yarmulke on and they'll act like they with the shits, man. But these people are not poor and afflicted. Okay? They got duped. They got duped big time, man. Matthew 24:16, ye shall hear wars and rumors of wars. See that thou be not troubled, for all these things must come to pass. And we're not troubled. We get excited. We get happy because we know that this is it. But the end is not yet. For nation shall rise against nation. We show much evidence in that. Kingdom against kingdom, that's happening. And there shall be famines and pestilence and earthquakes in diverse places, man. Earthquakes in diverse places. All these things are the beginning of sorrow. So when we see these things, these are all beginning of sorrows, and things are heating up, man. You know, I don't know about you brothers, but it kind of felt like a little bit like, oh, things are kind of like dying down, certain things. And we're just, what, 6 months into the year. We're halfway into the year 2021. Oh, actually 5 months. So really things haven't been like calming down and waning, you know? Things are heating up, man. The year of prophecy is happening, man. This is a sign that we're almost out of here, man. And this devil is going down. The same one that said, race it, race it. When you look up that word for raise, it says completely destroy a building, a town, or other sites, man. And this is what they were doing. They were jumping up and down, race it, destroy it, destroy it. When they walked out of the temple, when you look up the when you look at the Ark of Titus, and they walked out of the temple with all our goodly things, all right? When they did that, they were jumping up and down for that. Look at it. They were jumping up and down. They were happy, man. They were excited, walking out of the temple with all the Lord's goodly and pleasant things, man. They erected a monument to it. That's pretty much everywhere, man. Okay, an example of this monument is everywhere on the earth, man. It's everywhere. But guess what, man? They're gonna pay for that, man. And these are Edomites. These ain't Israelites. These are all Edomites, man. Look at these people. These are Edomites, man. Matter of fact, let me go to the other picture that I was reading. This one right here. These are Edomites, man. It show you straight up demons, man. They had nothing to do with the Lord's promise or with his land. So I ended off with this, Psalms 50 and 16. Psalms 50 and 16. It says, but unto the wicked, we know who the wicked is. The Most High said, what hast thou to do to declare my statutes, or that thou shouldest take my covenant in thy mouth, seeing thou hatest instruction and castest my word behind thee? When thou sawest a thief, then thou consentedest with him, and hast been a partaker with adulterers. Thou givest thy mouth to evil, thy tongue frameth deceit. Thou sittest and speakest against thy brother, thou slanderest thy own mother's son. Seeing these things hast thou done, and I kept silent. Thou thoughtest that I was altogether such as one as thyself, but I will reprove thee and set them in order before thine eyes. And that's what the Lord is about to do, because these people really believe the Lord is with them, man. They really believe this, man. But he's not. And he kept silent. But guess what? He's reproving you through us, starting off with the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone, and he's setting us in order right in front of you. The real Israelites are actually standing up, man. So this little dance these devils is doing over there in the land, on these uproars of the people, this is nothing but a short-lived celebration. You niggas are celebrating too early. You ain't won the war, yo. You know what I mean? You celebrating, you know, jumping up and down, which is probably something that they threw off because that Benjamin Netanyahu, this dude, he got kicked out of office, man. So they're bugging out about that. So they give these people something else to worry about, man. Okay? Hey, so with that, I hope you brothers are edified. Salaki, I didn't get to the comment board. I didn't get to the comment board on this lesson. But I really hope that you were edified. So I give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahawah, by Hashem, Yahawah Shai, by Hashem, Wahawah Kakwadash, and say double honor to the apostles and the elders, a great millstone for teaching his word in truth and sincerity, and for ruling well. And salutations to my fellow Akim across the four corners of the globe, who's prophesying and preaching in the name of Yahawah, Hashem, Yahawah Shai. Okay, we almost out of here. Keep pushing. We almost out of here. Hey, shalom.